cashless exercise of ESOPs is more than just one of the exercise ways. And for the same, I would like to introduce the speaker. Mr. Sudhanshu Mishra is an accomplished professional with an MBA from KJ Soumya Institute of Management, where he is also pursuing a PhD as a research scholar. With over 12 years of extensive experience in the corporate sector, Sudhanshu has worked with organizations such as Mahindra, ICICI Prudential Life Insurance, and Deloitte. His expertise lies in managing large enterprises, including listed companies, and he has played a pivotal role in driving growth. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Sudhanshu Mishra, Senior Manager, Business Development Platform Solutions at ESOP Direct, a Qapita company.
So, thank you for the bio. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, I'm going to speak about ESOPs. So, this is not new because we all are from finance fraternity. We are all administrators. We are all process owners. So, ESOPs is something which we see day in, day out. But here, I'm bringing cashless. So, cashless is one of the exercise ways. I'll tell you one instance. Basically, we as Qapita company were implementing ESOP platform in one of the company while we were having town hall session, and we got one question that once the vesting is done, why I mean, as an employee, this was a concern, why I need to pay tax again. So that's what we call perquisite tax. There is, I mean, although I have opened the demat account, I should be getting the shares directly in my account. There is always grant that has happened. I have waited for such a long time, which is definitely vesting period. So this is the concern, and employees may not understand, and where cashless is going to help the employees. So these are the learning objectives which we will be discussing during this session. So first is key success factor, which will be getting through cashless exercise. The second one is different approaches of exercise we will understand, and where cashless is lying. We will see one illustration. We will see a snapshot how the system is going to help with the cashless process, and at the end we will see the impact and benefits of cashless process. So definitely, I mean, we, as I've mentioned, we all are from finance fraternity, and we understand the life cycle of ESOPs. So once the scheme is approved by the board, by the shareholder, employees receive the grant letter. Once the grant has once the grant is made, vesting period starts. So vesting could be time-based vesting or performance-based vesting, or it can be club time-based and performance-based as well, where employees need to wait until the rights are crystallized after vesting. So once vesting is done, the exercise window will give the employees to exercise their rights and convert those options into shares. But there is a payment which is required. So this is where employees normally they have concern. So let us look at the typical cycle. So once the exercise window is open, employees have to pay the perquisite tax. They have to pay the exercise price. Again, it goes to the company's account, which takes around 5 to 8 days of time. Second is once the company receives the funds, their finance team they confirm that yes, we have received the perquisite tax exercise price. Then it goes to the allotment committee. Allotment committee will do their activities such as doing resolutions and all, and allotment will happen. Employees will receive the shares in the demat account. Again, this takes 15 to 30 days of time. Post that, employee decides to sell the shares to get the value out of it, which again takes 2 to 3 days. And by the time employee receives the money, it is 2 to 3 days after selling the shares. So typically, this cycle after exercise takes around 25 to 40 days, roughly. What we will do in cashless is we will shorten this cycle. From the employee side, a benefit can be provided by shortening the cycle, by removing the risk associated with the exercise, also by providing the financing option. So I'll go to the next slide. So these are all conventional approaches on the left-hand side, which you can see. So one is self-funded. Basically, once the options are vested, employees have to pay the perquisite tax, the exercise price. They need to arrange funds. Either employees have their FD, RD, or any other fund source through which they can pay. Second is they will have to go for ESOP financing, a loan kind of thing, so which we call external funding. So this is typically, this is going to take 25 to 45 days. Also, there is a strain on the employees. There is a cash crunch sometimes employees may face. Then we have the cashless mode. So cashless mode, we have two types of cashless mode. One is sell all. The second one is sell partial. So as per SBEB and SE Regulation 2021, sell all is no longer there. It is all sell partial. Sell partial, in simple words, you can understand it's a sell to cover kind of option. So here, there are two ways. One is through company settled trust. Yes, company need to have ESOP trust. Second one is through empaneled broker. So because of paucity of time, we will discuss only the company settled trust approach in this discussion. So we are moving to the next one. So this is the illustration. So here you can see a diagram, and on the left-hand side, it's a typical diagram. Basically, we can see the first step which happens, company actually issues loan and transfer the shares to the ESOP trust. ESOP trust, it's a vehicle actually which facilitates the which facilitates the ESOP process. Then the second one is company also issues options to the employees, which employee exercises. So upon exercise using cashless route, company and trust is informed about it. Then company sells the required shares, which covers the exercise amount and perquisite tax through the broker to recover the charges. And post that, the remaining shares are transferred directly to the employee's demat account. If there is any fractional share arising out of it, that is transferred through cash. So that is how we will complete this, this life cycle. So we have taken one example here. So example starts from the right-hand side. We have taken instance, suppose as an employee, if Sudhanshu has received 1,000 options and there are 250 options which are vested by this year, and I'm going to exercise 200 options. And that's how there is an exercise price of 100 rupees. However, the market price as on today is 300 rupees. And as I've mentioned, under sell partial route, I'm going to exercise 200 shares. So we have calculated the exercise amount, which is nothing but the exercise price multiplied by number of options that I'm going to exercise, which comes out around 20,000. So that's something I need to pay. Then there is a perquisite value where market price is multiplied with number of options that I'm going to exercise minus the exercise amount, which comes around 40,000. Then over this perquisite value, perquisite tax is determined. Perquisite tax, actually, it encompasses the employee's taxable slab, including the value which employee is going to exercise. So let's consider 30%, and that is how 12,000 is the perquisite value which is arising. So if I'm going by the direct route, I have to pay through my own funds, in that case, it's 20,000 plus 12,000, which is 32,000 I need to pay to exercise, and then allocation will happen, and I'll receive the shares in my demat account. However, in sell partial, which is a cashless method, so here, what will happen, that trust will actually calculate all the charges. So not necessarily it's exercise price Berkshire tax, but there are brokerage charges as well as TT charges, or any charges which is arising out of it. So that will get added, and it will be divided by the market price. Here we can see it's 106.67, which is coming. And if we round it off, then 107 shares trust will ask the broker to sell in the market. So after selling 107 shares, so these shares are sufficient enough to recover the charges, and employee will be credited with 93 shares in their demat account, which is the remaining. Again, it's not a good practice to have the fractional amount with the trust or the company. So what will happen, employee will receive the excess of 100 rupees, which is 0.33 multiplied by 300, which is market price, as a cash to the employee. I mean, the employee will receive this. So this is how cashless is going to help. So we will see this in the next slide, the benefits. But before that, we can see the snapshot. This is how in our system, employees can see at the time of exercise only what they will be receiving, how many shares they will be receiving out of it, what are the charges, how many shares are sufficient enough to cover the charges, and if there is any fractional share amount coming up that they will be receiving in cash. So this is a tentative calculation which is highlighted at the very beginning at the time of exercise itself. So here we have some of the benefits which are mentioned for the employees and for the employers. So for the employees, the first thing is there is no cash outflow. I need not to beg my wife that, yeah, lend me some rupees. I have options which I'm going to exercise. I need not to go to bank. I need not to go to the financial institution. It is all done. Basically, all the stakeholders are covered here. I need not to go to talk to the trust. I need not to talk to the company. It is all done at one place. So that's the very good benefit which employee receives through cashless route. Second is the process is simplified. So as I mentioned, I did not to knock doors, different doors. It's all just the moment I have to decide, yeah, I want to do the exercise, I'm doing the exercise. I need not to worry about funds. I need not to worry about anything. Third is early liquidity with the employee. So as we have seen, the number of days is less when it comes to cashless. So it is 8 to 10 days. Employee is receiving the shares in their demat account. And as an employee, it eliminates the market risk. Basically, there is market risk, there is financing. So if I'm going for financing, there are interest charge. Market volatility is something which is there, I mean, if the time is increasing. So that is something which comes into play, and employee may regret later, I mean, if there is large fluctuation. So that all we are avoiding here. For companies, user experience is something that we can say. So employee need not to go to anyone. I mean, neither they have to arrange the fund with any finance funding house. Neither they have to go to the company. Neither they have to go to the trust. It is all done at one place. Then it enables the wealth generation by, at the plan or grant level, which allows employees to see further. Then we have also seen from our experience as a global best practice around the world, if cashless option is provided to the employees, so 90% of the employees are going for the cashless option. In India, this percentage is slightly lower. However, wherever we have seen the companies are providing cashless option, it is 75% or more. For employers, the hidden charges such as you have to pay to the broker while transferring the shares. So these are all actually included here while employee is doing the transaction. So employee pays the charges, transaction charges, brokerage charges. So there is no incremental cost as such which is coming up on the employer side. So these are some of the benefits which can be reaped by the company, and employee is they are going to gain a lot from this cashless exercise. So this was mostly about cashless, which I have covered. Now, what we do, actually, we are ESOP Direct. It's a Qapita entity, Qapita FinTech, which is a Singapore-based company, and we are into ESOP. We are into ESOP domain. So we help companies right from seeding. So basically, we have seen many companies are coming up with broad-based plan. So the ownership is something which is shared among the employees. There is a democratization of the ESOPs or the ownership that is happening. So we help companies over there. So we help companies with the advisory, with the consulting practice. So we help companies to design the policy. We help companies to provide the compensation benchmark, legal documentation, where we help. So once the plan is there, so we help companies to provide the ownership power to the employees. That is through our platform practices. We have cap table and ESOP platform. Managed services is there. So basically, as a process owner, you need not to involve in the administrative activities. It is all done by our team. So in a way, you are actually outsourcing all your trouble to us, and we are actually going to manage this. E-grants is there, so basically the grant letters will be there on the platform itself, digitally signed. There are various scenario modeling, and equity pay slips for unlisted companies are also there. Then the next is harnessing the power of ownership. So post implementation of the platform, and once we have implemented ESOPs in the organization, so there are compliances around it, which we need to follow. So this is related to valuations, Black-Scholes valuations, which we do, or any other method which is required. Expense amortization when it comes to security infosec, taxation, the annual disclosures, which is required by the company. So there we help companies. The next and the last is the power of ownership, which is unleashing, where we help companies to help in the process of exercise, in process of surrender, structuring liquidity programs, secondary marketplaces, syndication, warehousing, and ESOP financing as well. So this is the list of some of our clientele. So these are all unlisted companies. If we talk about altogether, we have 2,200 clients, so we are proud of them that they are associated with us. The ESOP value which we are managing is around $13 billion. The cap table value which we have is around $55 billion. Around 295,000 plus employees are covered on our platform, which is, they all are based across 20 plus countries. So broadly, this is the demography. Here is some of our clientele from unlisted space, out of which 51 unicorns are with us. We also serve to the listed companies. We have around 117 listed companies. Few of our clientele are here with us in this, in this conference. So these are some of our clientele who are here in this conference. So I thought I need to take mention of them, and we thank them for their trust on us. So we have a team today here. So this is Sudhanshu. I am here. Jalaj Sinha, he heads the business development. We have Sharat, we have Isha at our booth. Angad sitting right there. We have Ajinkya. Also we have Amit. So you can meet them at our booth if you want to understand, or if you're looking for more information, they would be definitely able to help you. We also published the equity compensation report, so which is available at our booth. You can get it free of cost. There is no cost. Also, there are goodies planned by my team, so we would be happy to help you or to discuss to you after this session. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot. I hope this session was, this is really going to help you. So thanks a lot.
Mr. Mishra, and now I would request Sheenu Mathai, CFO at Tata Teleservices Maharashtra Limited, to join us on the stage and kindly felicitate Mr. Sudhanshu Mishra.